Hello, Renee Flamond here. You guys, this is a really tough thing for me to bring your way. It really is. I don't want anyone being upset or feeling hopeless, but kind of I do, I guess, want you to see the hopelessness in the effort that you make with a narcissist. Like I am trying to make you see the hopelessness of it, but I'm not happy being the one to let you know that it's an empty effort, all of what you do for them. It is not going to change any outcome to be what you want it to be. And you might say, well, that's not true, because if I just keep him happy, I have a peaceful life. So it does, okay, if that's, what you're after, and you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you can't leave, and you find making all these efforts and doing all these things brings you peace, and you're just after keeping copacetic peace in your family, and you have kids, and I understand all of that. But I want everyone to understand, at the end of all of our stories, it's the same. No one lands happily ever after with a narcissist. And if they think they did land into happiness, you might be looking right now thinking of, well, he looks happy with her, she seems happy. If they think they did land into happiness, then they are blithely unaware of what is happening, what's about to happen, and what the person is made of with whom they think they are happy. So you think of all the time you put in, the patience you showed, the hours spent. Just break down one fight. Maybe it was 4 hours, maybe it was 12 hours, maybe whatever. Multiply that by its frequency. That's a lot of hours spent in a state of flux and pain. Add in the time you spend figuring it out, being the investigator. Add in the time you have to spend processing it once you do figure it out and have the fight. All that effort. You feel odd when you get to the point where you realize it's not going to work out, despite all the effort. That's why that song by Gladys Knight, Never Can't Say Goodbye, never be the one to say goodbye, makes me so sad. Is one of the first lines she says is, it's sad to think we're not going to make it. It's sad to think you're not going to make it. You put in all that work, and again, I don't think that song's about narcissists, because it's an equal way, it seems, that they're both, but you put in all that effort, and you think, for nothing? To no avail? It's going to go by the wayside anyway? Yes. And how much more effort you continue to put is up to you. Really. Okay? You feel odd because you think you were building towards something. You feel like you were putting in the effort because it was going to land you somewhere with this person. You thought you were adding value to how they felt in their day. You thought you were bringing sunshine, bringing something worth something. So do you give more and more and more and more, or do you cut your losses and move on? That's essentially the question at some point. And again, some of you may already have answered it, and you've decided to stay, and you have a whole life with this person, and you continue on your path. That is one way to go. But we all feel that at some point. Should I go forth and continue this ride, or should I get off the ride right now? You think, well, I've already given and put in so much here. I've got to be ahead of where I may land if I leave. I'd have to start over with someone new who feels like that They could have worse problems. I could be in a worse situation. The unknown is scary. At least here I know what I'm getting. It's comfortable, it's familiar. I know what's happening. The thing is, no, and no. You're so not ahead of anything if someone is mistreating you continuously, let alone mistreating you continuously. You're not ahead. You don't have to remain where you may have landed for a while. You don't have to remain there. Think about having to start over with someone else shouldn't even be in your mind yet, thinking about that. That shouldn't even be on your mind yet, because that's not an immediate issue. Getting yourself settled on a new trajectory by yourself without abusive people around you is the priority. I say people because it could be a partner, it could be a family, friend, business, you know what I mean? Narcissist comes in all forms. As long as you are careful and go forward, taking care not to fall into the same trap, how could it be worse than where you are now with the person you're with? Notice I'm minutes in and I didn't even get to mentioning one thing that could be on the list of things that you do for him. I haven't even mentioned one actual specific thing involved in the effort. Why? Because, once again, details don't matter. You have your list, I have my list, but anyone that's with a narcissist knows that their list of things that they do for the narcissist is this long. You know what I'm saying? It's that long. And we all have a list that things that we did, we knocked ourselves out. But I can do simple math and realize you're spending a full-time amount of hours, at least 40, 50 hours a week is minimum on the narcissist. Not on your stuff, not counting household, not counting kids, just them. Oh, full-time job, easy. Just to handle their feelings is a full-time job. Just to navigate through the muddy waters of figuring things out is a full-time job. You can't even think what you'll do with all of that time if you had it to yourself instead of giving all that effort to the narcissist. But I want you to picture it. Do picture it. Imagine if you had all that time to yourself, not giving it to them. Okay, so you figure, okay, I've got 10,000 hours into this one, right? Okay, turns out it's a lemon. Sorry, can you hear the drag racing? Turns out it's a lemon. It happens. Someone else out there would appreciate your effort and, I don't know, maybe even respond in kind. Why should your exquisiteness be wrapped up in the empty efforts of trying to satisfy someone who is not ever going to be satisfied? You have figured that out by now, that it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you approach them, what you say, what you give. It's never, ever, 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 ever enough. For someone who, despite your ongoing grand efforts, continues to betray you, continues to devalue you, that's the part. You know, I don't mind giving 150% of myself to someone when it's a reciprocal relationship. You know, that 150%. No, 120, I think. My narcissist used to say that. I want 120%. I'm no part-time lover. He was giving me 2%. Hilarious. But they set you up for that. They want everything from you. They want you to pour yourself into them. And they make promises to you that you're going to get the same in return. But do you? Of course you don't. Absolutely you don't. So, the effort you're making, especially if it's those last ditch kinds of effort, please save them for yourself. I'm not kidding. Their unreachableness has nothing to do with anything you do or don't do. That's quite a sentence, isn't it? Their unreachableness has nothing to do with anything you do or don't do. They quite enjoy, in fact, watching you knock yourself out trying to please them. And they even know none of it's going to work. They don't know why. Forgive me, allergies again, the door's open. Pollen season. And you know, this includes accepting their bad behavior, right? They think about that. Not only do they enjoy watching you knock yourself out to please them, they enjoy watching you, like, how much will she do to make me happy? How far can I push her this time? Can I misbehave again? I got away with it last time. Or I almost did. Itchy nose, runny nose, je m'excuse. Can I do it again? Oh, I know what made her figure it out. I said this. Well, maybe if this time I don't do that, she won't know. She won't notice. But they aren't actually moved by your effort in the same way one of us non-disordered folk might be. I mean, we may get it if the same nicety was bestowed upon us. We might be appreciative, expressive as such, reciprocal. Not that you do things to get things done back to you, but there could end up being a give and take. It's a lovely gesture when you do something nice for someone. Not expecting anything in return, that's not what I'm saying. But some reciprocity eventually, at some point, hopefully it balances out in a relationship, can be nice. They're just, when they watch us making all this effort, they're just playing. They're watching. They're biding time until their next gig. They're entertained. I think mine was very entertained by me, for sure. The drama? Oh, I supplied that. The effort? Check. Did that too. It's all quite foreign to me now because I would never get myself in that situation again. But I will tell you this. I wish I knew that no matter what I did, it wouldn't have mattered. I wish I knew that much earlier. I wouldn't have done so much. That part goes for any narcissist in your life. We knock ourselves out and it's not appreciated or never enough. And you know, eventually, you know, the effort that you're making, I'd ask you to review what you think is the truth of what's happening before you and act accordingly. It was very freeing for me once I stopped making such effort. He still came around. I'd put demands and conditions on all of it in that interim time that it took me to go complete no contact. The transition out made me feel better because I know he saw the side of me that stopped making effort. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped saying things. I stopped stroking his ego. I stopped inviting him into my home. I stopped anything. I said no to go to dinner. I said, you know, I stopped making any effort. And you know, the rest of it, the effort you've already made, chalk it up to a lesson learned and realize you don't want to jump in again with somebody else and make all that effort until you've realized and seen that they earned it from you and that you genuinely feel you want to bestow goodness upon this person because they are doing the same with you and you feel good and safe with that person, right? Not just because why do we put in effort with the narcissist? We do it because we're trying to keep peace. We're trying to get to them. We're trying to get that love bomb back. We're trying to make them say something nice. Make them not have silent treatment. Make them be happy tonight. Ooh, just be in a good mood. People are coming over. We're constantly making effort for all these reasons. So how far do you want to go with it? How far? Because I'm telling you, it won't make a difference in the bottom line. They are who they are. And we cannot change them. We cannot change how they feel. We can't make them be happy in one spot. And please, 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 I beg you, don't hang in there and keep on keeping on because you think it's going to make a difference in the overall outcome. It will not. And you might say, well, it does make a difference in the overall outcome because I'm still with them. We haven't had a blowout in 6 months. Okay, so what do you think he's doing? Do you think he changed? Do you think he's all yours? Do you think all the lies stopped? Or do you think he just got better at not getting caught? Or do you think he's learned to behave for a little while? Because you made a very big effort over the holidays. So right now, New Year, he made a resolution, and right now all is trucking along pretty well. I don't have to tell you to wait and see what happens as time goes on. They are narcissists. They will always and eventually find something wrong with what you did. You didn't do it good enough. You didn't do it enough. You got them mad for something else. They'll pick, they'll find, they'll cause drama and a blow up anyway. I think of some of the things I did for the narcissist, little favors or something. And it was, I think I made sure I wasn't, taken advantage of. No way. It was probably in terms of, I think he probably even gave more in terms of like things and stuff like that. I wasn't taken for anything. But I gave a lot here. I gave a ton here. I gave a ton in effort trying to talk things out. And I just wish I realized, could have saved myself that 4-hour talk. Could have saved myself that 12-hour night. Why'd I bother talking to him there? Why'd I bother fighting with him about this? Things happened anyway. It didn't change any outcome. I'm just trying to save you the effort. That's all I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to be honest with you. And again, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bring you down and make you go to your life, but maybe kind of like a little bit I am. Because I don't want anyone exerting so much effort and knocking themselves out when it's not going to be the effect that you want. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's all. I know this was a tough one and I'm sorry. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share. And I'll see you next time.